There's a famous phrase that says you should never meet your heroes, but those people are total liars. So yesterday I went to the National Maths Conference, and there I met one of my childhood heroes, one of the people that inspired me to study maths and to eventually teach it. So when I was at school, I was interested in maths and wanted to learn more about it, and my maths teacher at the time lent me a book called Why Do Buses Come in Threes by Rob Easterway. And I remember reading that book and just being so inspired by maths, because it was a book where it asked questions and things to do with real life and the sort of hidden maths behind it. One of the problems or one of the facts that I remember so vividly in my mind, and this is absolutely true by the way, if you stand in front of a mirror that's flat on the wall and you walk away from the mirror still looking at it, do you see more of yourself in the mirror, less of yourself, or the same amount? And I was sort of sat there thinking about it for a while, and people look at themselves in the mirror, many times a day. So surely you would know the answer. And it turns out it's the same amount, which to me seems so counterintuitive. Like, how can that be true? So it was that fact and many others in the book that still sort of I remember in my mind as being a key sort of turning point in my life to want to study maths more. And I ended up studying maths all the way through high school, college, university, and now I teach maths. And that was one of the key moments in my life that inspired me to do that. So yesterday I got to meet the man that wrote that book, and it was quite overwhelming, really. I brought another one of his books to him for him to sign. So he signed my book, Best Wishes, Rob Easterway, Sheffield 2025, which is where the maths conference was held. And I was just so amazed to meet one of the people that had inspired me to study maths further. I told him about this story, and he was, so honoured to have somebody inspired by his work. We talked about that fact that I've just told you about the mirror, and he said he learnt it from a man in South Africa many years ago. And I tell him it's a fact that I love to share with people because I think it's so interesting and so counterintuitive, but also full of maths, but hidden maths that people might not know. And he agreed, and he wished he shared that fact more. But he said it was such an honour to meet someone who was inspired by his work. And I told him how much I love this book as well, Maths on the back of an envelope. Again, a great book, even for people who are not that interested in maths. It's quite short, fun maths that can be useful for everyday life as well. So yeah, it was an absolutely fantastic day. I learned lots more at the maths conference yesterday, lots more about teaching maths and ideas for the classroom. But that had to be one of the highlights, was to meet one of my childhood heroes. And again, they say you should never meet your heroes, but those people are liars.